Gentlemen, today is the first day of basketball. All 27 or 28 guys for 12 positions.
Get it up, nice and easy.
I assume you think you can play basketball.
A coach can put you on the team. Your teammates can make you hustle. A scout can get you a scholarship, and the right school can get you on the team.
Williams.
But only the love can make you a player.
Marcus.
You got the love.
Coleman. Pugh. Thomas.
The second pick in the 1992 NBA draft goes to the Charlotte Hornets.
The Orlando Magic selects Shaquille O'Neal.
Let me see your bet. I am a debourser. I'm a true what? I am a debourser. I'm a true what? I am a debourser.
I was amazed at the talent that this young man has. He is physically as skilled as anyone who's ever played the game. Reminds me very much of Wilt Chamberlain.
He's a man. Is it black?
Shaquille's name means little one. His middle name is Rashawn, that means warrior.
When I was 17 and I heard a big name guy like Dick Vitale say he's going to be the first player pick if he decides to come out, that's when I really had to work on my game, and that's when I really wanted basketball to be what I wanted to do.
Well, he's a very large person.
Both sides knew what we had to get done and the time frame that we were working under, and we made it happen.
A brief thank you to the Magic organization. I think that what they've done here is, in a sense, shocked the world.
I just want to play basketball.
I expect him to do well. He understands what it means to work hard.
Shaquille is going to be the model NBA player for the 90s, and he's going to create such enthusiasm it will take it to a whole nother level.
With all these legends out here, God, cast of a lot of legends here, you know what I mean? Guys, I played ball, I admired, you know, and now to be standing in the same place with all of them together, and plus with John Wooden, means a whole lot. And my son is the centerpiece, the showpiece, the showcase, the main person they're doing it for us. Really, really means a lot to me.
You got a good shot at being Rookie of the Year this year, man.
Got a very good shot.
Just go out and play my game. If it happens, it happens. If not,
Well, you know, it probably happened for you because you're all world, man. You got skills. Any pro worth his eye teeth is going to be gunning for the shack.
when I go out, I have the attitude, this is mine. You can't stop me. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you play for. When I go out, if I'm going to have a good game, you're not going to stop me.
He has a chance, if he works at the game and stays focused, that he could eventually be talked about in the same vein as the Wilt Chamberlain, Walton, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or Bill Russell.
Shaquille is a tremendous talent, and I saw him play with other high school All-Americans when he graduated from high school, and he stood out tremendously then. And it would be most surprising if he doesn't do extremely well, not just well, but extremely well. I think he's going to be a superstar.
The NBA is going to be a new game for me, but once I get my feet wet, I'm going to be a hard guy to stop.
First time I personally saw Shaquille was during a summer league game when he was playing AAU ball in San Antonio, and he was just a big lumbering youngster, just full of life, that was just loved to run up and down the court and dunk the ball, and very energetic and big smile on his face, and you could just see the tremendous talent that was oozing out of him in the future he potentially could have.
You know, we'd heard so much about the kid before he got here. You knew that he'd won a state championship in Texas, and you know, he's highly recruited. We'd seen a film clip of him at least from a high school all-star game, and you knew he could do a lot of things. At that point, though, you didn't know he was the second coming of the next guy who comes along every 20 years type player, which is what he is. They just don't come along that often. I mean, the last guy who could come along and command this kind of interest and professional potential, I think, was Kareem. Well, his first year he was stifled because of a team that was not exactly a team. It was crowded with individuals who didn't necessarily seem to like each other on the court, and that showed in their performance. It was evident right away he was a strong defensive player, but he had a lot to learn. As a freshman, he couldn't play defense without fouling, even though he was very intimidating. Certainly by the end of his sophomore year, it was evident that he could play defense without fouling and intimidate, and his offensive game had improved, not to the degree that it would improve by his junior year, or certainly that it'll improve years down the line. By his junior year, the only thing that you could say about his offensive game still needing to work on was his range, backing up away from the basket. But as far as being in close, he was dominant. And on defense, what he did the last 3 months of the last season for LSU was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Really, really good players would drive the lane and have only him between the basket, look at him and say, no, this isn't such a good idea, and circle out. And that's really intimidating.
He came in with ability and what a lot of people call potential to be a great player. And I think he turned that and a lot of hard work into becoming a great player. By the end of his junior year, there wasn't a whole lot of things he couldn't do. He had developed his skills, ball handling and shooting wise, to be one of the better players to go into the NBA this year.
I think with Shaquille's ability and demeanor that people really took advantage of. We would have total defenses were geared towards stopping Shaquille. I talked to a coach from Indiana yesterday, and their whole basis was 3 and 4 people down on Shaquille and let the perimeter guys open and take the gamble. And we had perimeter people that certain games came through. We had perimeter people certain games that didn't, so it was tough.
In his defense, he never was the one who said, 3 and 4 guys are beating up on me and this isn't fair and I don't like the way the officials are calling. That came from other people. That came from other people close to him who I think put more of a burden on him by that. I mean, he knew what was going on, but you know, he knows also that it's not, you know, it's not a game for children. You know, NBA, somebody jokes, is called No Babies Allowed.
The Vanderbilt game at Vanderbilt, 1990-91. Shaquille made a great defensive play at the end of the game. The score was tied, and one of the Vanderbilt players went up for a shot, and Shaquille blocked it. And he knew, as well as anybody else, that it was a clean block. He felt like a foul shouldn't have been called, but the ref blew the whistle and called him for a foul. He knew he hadn't fouled the guy, so he got real upset, and he did some things that caused him to get a technical as well. So they ended up getting 4 free throws and the ball back at the end of the game with no time on the clock. And the guy missed the 2 free throws that were the 2 free throws awarded to him because of the foul. And without the technical Shaquille got, we probably could have went into an overtime with Vanderbilt if we hadn't won it in regulation. After the ball game, he looked back on it. He apologized to his teammates and his coaches for getting the tech because he felt like he had cost us the ball game. And he looked at it as something that he didn't want to do again. He was going to try to control his temper and not get any more technicals that could probably cost us ball games later on in the season.
There's a lot of burden in being that good athletically in today's society, I think. You have so many expectations of being 7 foot tall. You run into the Ralph Sampson syndrome. You know, they expect you to win every game because of him. You know, he understood that. You know, and people joke about, like, you know, he's a 20-year-old millionaire, but there's a burden that comes with all of that too. You know, and I think he's the kind of person who can handle it well. A lot of people forget he hasn't played basketball all that long. You know, we get back and talk about him, you know, and everybody goes, he's big, and he is very mature. He's only 20 years old. A lot of people forget that. He's only 20. You know, in some ways he's a very, very mature 20. In other ways, he's a very young 20. He's a kid. A very rich kid, very big kid.
having time to relate back to Shaquille and think about Shaquille, and he sat with me at the Texas A&M game for a while when he came back a few weeks ago. It's just that he's just a fun lover, you know, and when you think about what he meant, he just really enjoys life. He's not all caught up on himself. He really realizes there's other people around him, and is very giving and very loving and caring, and really cares a lot about people, and you really miss him when he's away, because he really did add it. He's a special athlete, but he is also a special person to be the athlete that he is, and to be able to accomplish what he's done, and still to keep a level of sense about himself.
Yeah, Dixon and I we would joke all the time, and every time he come in, he'd look for us to joke all the time, you see. Yeah. We kid and joke one another. He liked that, so he'd come in every time he come in and say, "King, you ready?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And Dixon would shoot some jive on me, and I'd shoot some back on him, and Shaq would bust out and laugh and kick his heels up. That guy, he was jolly all the time, though. We like for him to come in. Every time he come in, we had fun. But when he come in here, we lose when we get on him, though. We shot him down about the ones he lost. He didn't lose them, but the team lost him. I'm waiting to see him play against one of those players. Patrick Ewing, one of the good players. I'm waiting to see him play against one of them. When he do, he's gonna be the best thing out there. They're not gonna outdo him. I don't believe. Outplay him.
I'm Roy Marchand. I'm a third generation in this store that's been here since 1906. We're about 20 miles away from the university, and I've always watched LSU basketball, and since Coach Dale Brown has been there, I've missed only one LSU home game. I think that they will never forget Shaquille, because we've had so many centers here through the years that I've watched, and he was just unbelievable. He did things that when you see him do it one time, well, the next time might not be that exciting, but it's just unbelievable things. I think that I've never had any person that was outside of my family, I have 7 children, that impressed me as an individual that I would really want for a son. And whenever he turned pro, I grabbed him and said, "Look, I'm so happy for you and your family, but I'll miss you the rest of my life."
This is a Super Shack Daddy Special. It's a large muffalata bread with cheese, tartar sauce, few shrimp. One day Shaquille was over here and he says, "Let's fix something special." And I says, "Okay, what?" And we came up with this. Like I said, it has cheese, tartar sauce, shrimp, ketchup, a little lettuce, tomatoes, salt, pepper, and we have a Super Shack. When he's not too hungry, he can eat just one. But when he's starving, he'll eat one of these and another one.
Well, we were looking for names for my son, and we was really undecided, and I always follow LSU basketball, and I liked the name Shaquille O'Neal. And I told my wife, I said, I like the name Shaquille O'Neal. I said, what about Shaquille O'Neal? I said, we could use O'Neal for the middle name, you know? So she said, yeah, let's go with Shaquille O'Neal, because see, we didn't pick no other name. That was it. Shaquille O'Neal was it. So, and we didn't know we were gonna have a girl or not.
Now, what if it had been a girl?
If it had been a girl, we'd have been in trouble.
He used to do one thing funny with me. I use a tape recorder when I interview him. I'm 6'2½", and so I give away almost a foot. So I have to hold the tape recorder way up, and I like to look at people when they talk, when I interview them. A lot of guys don't use a tape recorder, and so they'll be there furiously scribbling his notes, and a guy would ask him some kind of question that he thought was dumb, and then he'd give the answer. And while the person who asked the question would be down there scribbling away, he would look down at me and just shake his head, you know, sort of mocking him in a way that he would not offend the guy, but to let me know he thought that was a really dumb question. But he would answer it anyway, which is a nice credit to him.
I think that athletes today, particularly visible, high-profile athletes on the major college rank and particularly in the professional rank, because they're being paid, they're entertainers. Coaches are entertainers. Coaches don't stay in the professions for long times because people get tired of the entertainer. Athletes don't stay for a long time because they get tired of the entertainer. Larry Bird's time to go. He can't entertain anymore. Michael Jordan's an entertainer. Shaquille O'Neal is the new entertainer. People want to see that new guy take the spotlight and entertain.
There are two plays. One was his sophomore year. He was playing Nicholls State. And a kid set up on the left wing to shoot a three-pointer, and it was from pretty far out beyond the three-point range. All of a sudden, the ball left this kid's hand, and Shaquille came flying out of the lane and blocked the shot. Now, just to block a three-pointer alone, it's pretty astounding. The ball was headed out of bounds near the LSU bench. He chased down the rebound, reached out with his hand. As he tiptoed the line, seemingly knowing exactly where he was the whole time, grabbed the ball with his hand, swung it behind his back, and hit Mike Hansen, his teammate, on a perfect bounce pass open in the front court for an easy basket. And I remember just saying to myself, I'd never seen anything like that before. The other play was this year against McNeese State. He was at about the 10-foot mark, straight out from the basket. Teammate was on the right baseline and took a jumper. At the time the guy shot the ball, Shaquille, I think, thought that he was going to get an alley-oop pass. So he was breaking in full speed and jumping as the ball was leaving the guy's hand. The ball hit the back of the rim, came straight up the lane, and it was high. Shaquille was then maybe 6-7 feet away from the basket, reached up, caught the ball in one motion with his hands, just so far over his head you couldn't believe he got the ball, and simultaneously came through, dunked the ball, as powerful as I've ever seen, and leapfrogged over a 6'5" player on the other team. That's the greatest play I've ever seen in person. I've seen every basketball player, in the last 10 years, at least in person at some point, it's the greatest play I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm really gonna miss him. I'd like to thank him for the memories he gave me and all the things he's done for me, standing by me. But basketball it'll be different playing without him if I continue to play.
I think that the aspect that we'll miss the most at this university and in the athletic department, and particularly in the basketball program, is just having Shaquille around. He was a spirit. He brought a tremendous array of confidence and spirit. He was not afraid of anyone. He would take on anyone. He was an entertainer for this university. He was a spokesman. You were confident when you were around him, and we will miss him as a person.
Recently, I went to Los Angeles to make my first commercial. I'd grown up watching athletes on television doing commercials and always dreamed of doing something special for mine. As it turned out, my dreams more than came true. I met 4 of the best people all in one day.
The big idea here was really, what if we invited the legends, the true legends of the game, in a kind of what I'll call a rites of passage idea. And that is, what if they were assembled for the first time ever and then gave Shaquille some advice about what he needed to do in entering the league and what he needed to do about his game, the way he conducted himself, and what would happen if we pulled these guys together.
They just want me to explain what's going on today. This is where the elders live, the legends of the game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Walton, and Bill Russell. And this is where they live. This is also, this is like centers of the universe. And basically, you've been called here today for your rites of passage to get their blessing. So this is like the ultimate basketball court.
Feels kind of great. 4 legends here: Bill Walton, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Kareem. Just feels kind of good. Most kids don't get to meet any of those guys, and I'm meeting all 4 of them in one day. I'm not 4 birds out with 1 stone. I'm meeting them all.
Hi, Coach. How are you today? Coach, how you doing, Coach?
How you doing, Coach? You got a ladder for me?
You should have heard what Bill Russell said about the time UCLA beat USF yesterday in 55. Turn a little bit sideways. There we go.
He shouldn't complain. They knocked us off, didn't they? I didn't complain.
All right, looking good.
Thought about it.
Coach.
Of course, Kansas has never ever beaten UCLA in basketball.
And nothing.
Is that right?
But those guys were really, when I came to school, they were really kind of strange. See, we had our first game every year was against Louisville.
Kentucky.
So these guys what to do. And they dropped. They dropped us all. Is that a rubber ball?
It is.
They took and dropped us right off the schedule.
We always start with Chico State.
Yeah. We started with the Citadel. Greg Lee, after the game, was interviewed, and he said, yeah, well, they're kind of like a good junior college team.
And he got filled up.
Coach had to give us a lecture about how to deal with the press.
Ready, and
Very nicely done. We pick it up right there. It's certainly one version of it. There's a much tighter one where you want to you want to wind up with a hand.
My rookie year was 1974. They were all gunning for me. At that time, I had signed the largest contract in the history of team sports. That's now what guys make in about 1/4 of action in the NBA. But Shaq, when he steps out on that floor, he's going to be a marked man each and every time. He's going to have to come ready to play. But I believe he's got the makings of a champion. I think he can handle it.
But he got that zone defense in his favor, though, Russ. They ain't gonna be able to drop 3 and 4 or 5 guys on like you, mother. You know.
Hey man, I see that. I actually tell my teammates, I say, hit him up.
That's cool.
Hit him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Don't hit him.
Yeah. Unless you mean. I come. They didn't call those zone defenses back when I was playing. They had 5 guys around me, plus the 2 referees were punching me all at the same time. Wow, it was bad. But see, they won't be able to do it with you down.
What year did they put the no zone defense?
Oh, the zone was always in there. It just weren't called it. It was always in there. Oh, it was in there.
Yeah, I always tell my guys, leave him alone. All you do is piss him off.
Yeah. I think that the parallels between Shaquille and myself are probably a little closer than they are with some of the other centers because of his certain attributes and his type of play. But I think in order for him to be the true value, once again, to his team, he has to remain in little foul trouble as possible. It doesn't mean he's not aggressive, but he has to be very, very smart. He has to play smart like a Bill Russell and keep himself ready to be called upon when needed.
Will you have 1 or 2 books out?
2. I think you got 3.
3? You got one about the 20,000 women, huh?
Yeah. That one. Hey man, that in itself is a unique experience. Don't you understand how the centers are erudite? I mean, they write books. They don't just read.
I just tell them, hey, work hard and don't let the flack get you down because you're going to get flack for any number. People aren't going to like him because of his salary, or people aren't going to like him because he didn't finish 4 years of college, or people aren't going to like him because he's playing in Orlando and not playing in, there's all kinds of reasons that people aren't going to like him. And you can't try to please everyone. Just know that you're working hard and trying to do the best you can for the people that are paying your salary, and everything else falls in place after that.
It's been interesting. I think Shaq has really surprised everyone with not only, you sort of think of him as this great big hulking ball player, but he turned out to be quite an actor. And that, I think, is the fun of it. I think he's discovering that side of him. He did extremely well. He was the key to getting me and the show moving as quickly as it did yesterday. We had a lot of setups, and it depended on his readings, his ability to kind of portray himself, but in these different states of mind. Picked it up real fast, figured it out, got the right sort of thing. We dialed it in. He takes subtle direction well. If basketball fails, he's got a career as an actor.
I'm coming out with my first movie. I don't know.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, it's hype. I rap. It's hype. Me and my man just wrote a rap. Oh, yeah.
Can we do it?
No, can't do it now. Can't do it now.
Top secret. Oh, you need this? Tom Sturgis, please. Leonard Armato. Hey, Tom. How are you? Listen, I'm down at the Reebok commercial shoot for Shaquille.
And you know, there's a lot of downtime here, and he and his buddy Uzi have been working on this rap all day long. And they've been building it up and building it up, and now they want to go into the studio and record something. And you know, we got one more night here in Los Angeles. Is there any way that you can pull off a miracle, get him into the studio so he can make a record tonight? Really? You can pull it together? Okay, look, I will call you back in 30 minutes, and hopefully you'll have all the details. I'll tell Shaquille you're working on it. All right? Tom, thank you so much, all right? Take care. Bye.
I think you're right on the money there. Bam, that shattered perfect. It's trying to get the tumble out and the shatter happening at the same time. You hit the button exactly right. Roy? Yes.
Albert Uzi Solomon is one of my best friends in San Antonio. We kind of grew up together, and whenever we're together, it makes me feel pretty good. We love to hang together, to rap together, and I just wish everyone had a little brother like Uzi.
If I was Italian, I'd be Shaq Paulie on it. I like that cheese on my shoulder right on it. I know what you bastard. Will you? Sometimes I feel. That's how I dream I always used to be. I feel I am. I feel I move. If I could be like Shaq. Sounds good. Here, what time is it, bro? 2:30 in the morning. 2:30. I said we can do this with the quickness, bro. Let's go. 2:30 in the morning. All right, here we go. Let's go. It's on. Which way? I think down the hall. This way? Down the hall? Down the hall. Okay. We don't get much time now. We got to hurry. No, we got to grab at 6:30. 6:30 minus 2:30 is 4 hours of school. You got my legs straight. Want to keep that? Yeah. When I dunk, I always hurt my wrist, you see. When I'm rim, I do a lot of damn AJ. I don't see I need to leave a lot of room, G. So I can boom, shack, boom, shack, boom, G. You ever heard that one? You ever heard that one Chris Rock song?
Which one? The one they was talking about?
No. The one when they was rapping and they just stopped and said, no. Give me an old school beat and then go.
Oh yeah, no, Tom told me that. Yeah, Tom told me about that.
Can you do something like that?
About with that the bass line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I got something worked out. I'm not even to the bass line yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm like going. I'm just working on the beat right now. Okay. I'm actually. I actually have a different bass line. It's a variation. It's kind of that same flow.
Hey, can we stick these guys in the control room and let them get started so they're playing with us? Can we do that? Because they got to still sync up there. They got to get their part right too.
Oh, can they? Then I can hear it any better than this.
Okay.
My baby's in but I go with authority. I say my 1, 2, 3, the majority of your team. You know what? I like that class. See, you're quick and very
That's great, man. That's great, man. That's fantastic.
Let's get it all together.
That's cool, man. You got to get those.
Yeah.
You got to be right on. So when you're you're jamming.
I was my place in the bro. I started to memorize it. So
you got it right. Have you got it written out perfectly clearly?
No.
Because when you're in there, you don't want to be going.
Yeah.
You want to be
I got something to
concentrating
memorize and something I'll read. So the part I memorize, I don't
You
look
know
at the
what?
paper.
It's worth taking the 10 minutes to put it all right,
the
so that when we're in there and we got it everything perfect, it's we're not blowing it because you forgot to look at the wrong part of the page. Okay. You guys ready?
Not ready.
Okay. Well, we're all set in there. So we got the bass going, and we got the second mic set up because you're going to be doing this, right?
Right.
You guys don't mind if I join in, do you?
You don't fake the funk.
a nasty dunk. Cause if you do, you'll get hurt, punk. And if you get in the way, especially while I'm jamming, you get kicked like a club on jamming. When I dunk, I always have a wish to see. On the rim, I do a lot of damage. When I play, yo, I need a lot of room, G, so I can boom, shack a boom, G. Even stack attack yours when wearing on my feet. Never get blisters and I never eat the weed. I eat my Fruit Loops, catch a alley yo, then I'm chilling with my troops.
Speaking of troops, yo, I'm the main trooper. When I'm on the court, you will never see no blooper. Cause I'm cool and hard with a handle. I'm in the middle of a point guard scandal. Coming down the court, doing a lot of tricks, making 14.5.
Magic making 14.6.
What kind of stuff is that? Damn, I thought I was the man, Shaq.
Don't worry, cause you know you are. So now, I go back to what I was doing. Call me Black Coffee, cause homeboy I'm brewing in a pot. I tell you what I got. When it comes to moves, homeboy, I got a lot. Like Hakeem, I like Jawan. After I dunk, homeboy, I'm gone. Down to the end. I know for a fact that the goddamn rim is bent. Next time I'll make sure it's broke. You know why? I ain't no joke.
If I could bake a cake, I'd beat Betty Crocker. I'm light skinned, but Shaq is much darker. Like Doodoo, Brownie, Bobo, the Clowny. If I was a junior, I'd be called Morton Downey. Speaking of Downey, I'm a quicker picker upper. Why we're Jordan when I got Reebok bumpers? Yes, I score but I jump with authority. Dunking on 1, 2, 3 of the majority of your team. Now what does that mean? Just like a cat, I'm quick and very keen. Now, you see what game is all about. Let me pump up the Reeboks, then I'm out.
These guys are pretty good. I didn't know that basketball players could rap like that.
I love rap. When I heard that Foosh was coming to Orlando, I called him up and asked him if we could hang out. We came to a game, we had so much fun, we decided to work on a rap together. I think it turned out great. I think if I wasn't a hooper, I'd be a rapper. I'm a true, what? I am a true Foosh nigga. Watch out for the car. What up, Black? What up, man? How you doing? What up? Y'all hanging with me tonight? Yeah. Okay, cool. What up, man? Thanks for coming, bro. What's up, man?
What up, man? What up?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I got one in too.
Chilling, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, yes.
Y'all hang with me tonight? Y'all hang with me tonight?
I hear what were you just saying?
Y'all hang with me tonight?
Yeah, yo, we with you now. You gotta take us around, man. What up? You hear about that?
Is that your own car or what?
Nah, we got our own band, right?
Okay.
We say we ain't had it, man.
Yeah.
Some of y'all can rob me. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready to sit
Yeah. Pipe up, protect the vibe, pipe up. When I'm out the hoop and you better decipher. In other words, you better make a funky decision. Cause I'ma be a Shaq knife and cut you with precision. Forget Tony Danza, I'm the boss. When it comes to money, I'm like Dick the Boss. Now who's the first trick? Me, road is burning. Not a Christian late, no, not a Lonzo morning. Yo, that's alright, not being braggadocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I gotta go, I ain't no joke. Yo, I slam it and I jam it, I make sure it's broke.
Gotta go. I ain't no joke. I ain't no joke. I have to say I ain't no joke, right? Patting it off like I ain't no joke. I ain't no joke. I ain't no joke cause I slam it, jam it, make sure it's broke. Instead of slamming and I jam it, slam it, cause we gonna do some overdose like slam it, jam it, make sure it's broke. Alright, bro.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I gotta go. I ain't no joke. Now I slam it, jam it, and make sure it's broke.
He might say broke. It's too much trying to fit in there. That's what it is.
And make sure, but he is not that he's not going on that downbeat. He's riding something else.
Make sure it's broke.
He's riding something else at the end.
It's off though. Like slam it, jam it, make sure.
And make sure it's broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gotta sure, you know, like, he gotta stress that ending.
Slam it, jam it,
and make sure it's broke.
I'm the hooper. What's up, Doc? Can we rock? 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 What's up, Doc?
Yo, we like to give shout-outs to the main source and the producer of this here treat.
Shaq Food. Shaq Food's in the house. Shaq Food.
Shaq Food's in the house.
Shaq Food.
Shaq.
So I'm a true Foosh nigga now?
Yeah.
What? I am a true Foosh nigga. I'm a true what? I am a true Foosh nigga. I'm a true what? I am a true Foosh nigga.
So since what I'm swinging,
I'm the rowdy body biker. I bless my dead Sherlock's home. Digging the rich and the bigger the dread, I don't need the I bought my toe. They can make chocolate chips above the flow. This is what I got the president. Be out of the tip of the mic, be property with a bit, be wrong, be bad. Reason why the races when I rap it up, again, nigga, in the game. But I'm gonna stick with time, making it wild. First time, the mic is good by chip, you better believe it's worth it while. Close to the coast, I make way, honey, appear, back up, gonna come. Sounds are not the fast now. Other than us off some rock shit, biggity rack, I'm up. Say it back! I got enough fun, so African food, out of the tent. Don't come for me, man. What about one spin on me? None. I'm not gun. Bit of me, oh my. Hello. Chill.
Going back to San Antonio for the last time before the season started was difficult for me. I wanted to wrap up that part of my life in one great weekend and have the memories to take with me. So I spent every hour doing something. I went to my little brother Jamal's football game. I stopped at the base picnic, and I got my uncle wet a few times. Took a last visit to my high school, and to top it off, I had a great barbecue at Mom and Dad's house, and they planned a going away party for me, and it was great. I had fun. I think the real hero in my life is my dad. He really taught me a lot about basketball, but he taught me a lot more about life. When I see the look of pride in his eyes for all of us kids, it makes me feel better than winning any game could.
We want him to be a all-around person, all-around good person. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Hard to be a leader in this society these days, you know, all the situations we're involved. We was in Jersey City and Newark, and, you know, really hard, but the main thing was to get Shaquille to listen, to be a leader, not a follower, and everybody follow behind and lead by your example. And it took some time, but it worked out pretty well.
When I was young, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but my father and my mother always told me, follow your dreams. And believe it or not, I wanted to be a fame dancer. I wanted to go to, dance school and be a break dancer. And then if that didn't work, I was going to be a rapper. If that didn't work, then I was going to try basketball. But at age 15, when we moved from Germany, we moved here to San Antonio. I had started playing, and I was getting a lot of press, and I was doing good in school, and people was liking me, and they were saying, you're going to be the best, you're going to be this, and you're going to be that. And at that time, I started developing a little bit of confidence in myself, and I just started practicing every day. Look where I'm at now, in the league.
In our household, we have, what we call a unit. We call ourselves a unit, and we look to each other for strength and guidance. I don't think that I did anything different that any other parent wouldn't have done. I always tell Shaquille that he can come and talk to me. I like to be his friend besides his mother, and I think communication is very important.
My mom is beautiful and she's solid as a rock. I know there's nothing I can't talk to her about, and she's always been there for me. When I hear about the problems some of my friends have had with their parents, I just think about how lucky I've been to have two of the best.
When Shaquille left to go to college, we let him make his own decision. He talked to us about it, and we, discussed it among ourselves, but we let him know that the decision was up to him. And we told him that whenever, he decided he wanted to leave, we would support him 100%. He knows what he wants to do.
I remember when I first arrived in San Antonio and they found out that I was going to be going to Cole High School. They told me, don't come to Cole High School because it's small and you won't get the media attention. But my dad told me, if you're good, they're going to find you. So I came in, I played, and I enjoyed it. I mean, we have a real small gym, but it was real loud, real loud, and I had fun. And if I had it all over to do again, I would love to come back here and play. When I come in here, I get flashbacks of the gym used to be packed and news cameras used to be everywhere. Everybody around the state, they want to come see us play because I think we were the only team in the state that was, undefeated, and they all wanted to see us play, and they all wanted to know about this 16-year-old, 6'11" kid named Shaquille O'Neal. And every time we played here, I gave him a pretty good show.
One day I come out here and I told him if he didn't get up and get doing what I told him to do, I was going to have to take him down on the floor. So I went to do that, and he picked me up over his head, just helped me up there, and I just kind of laid up in the air. And that was the end of that. I never did tell him anything like that again.
Because he was talking noise to me, so I picked him up. It's my main man, Coach Smith, and my other main man, Coach Kamar. Yeah, we're the made men, all right. 72-1. Tell them about the high school days, bro.
It was tough. It was a good time. Back in the good old days, boy.
72-1.
We was above the rim, wasn't we? Huh?
Above the rim.
We was above the rim all the time.
We tore a lot of rims down. We had to stop a lot of games.
They couldn't stop us, bro.
I tried to get Shaq to play quarterback for me, but he said he couldn't goddamn throw an oblong ball. Had to be round.
But he was the best football manager we had.
He was the best statistician I've ever had.
I knew he was going to be awesome when he took our 300-pound, 6'8" tackle, defensive tackle, and turned him upside down and held him by his ankles during off season. And we knew he was going to be somebody then.
I remember the first day I came here. Coach Smith had asked me, he said, "Son, can you play ball?" I said, "Yeah." I was all Europe, so he just threw me a little uniform. He said, "Okay, all Europe this," and I had to go outside. And I was doing football drills all day. I was rolling around the logs and this and that. And then, you know, the next year, I started my basketball season, and we had a 35-1. We came short to win the state championship, and then the next year, 36-0. We won it all.
So that was his junior year. He took it real hard. He took it personally that we didn't win that last game.
Because I missed the free throws. 2 seconds left, down by 1. I missed both free throws.
I remember picking up in the locker room and going back in there. He was sitting in the corner crying.
Then I promised him, I said, next year, we're going to win it. 36-0. All right. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're substitute? Okay. What class is this?
Pardon me?
What class is this?
This is life science. Can I go on with what I was going to explain to them?
Yes, ma'am. I never took this class.
Number 3 on page 55 says, what level of organization is each of the following? Okay? It gives you a tree, a heart, blood, and skeleton, right? Okay, I'm going to say, take a human being, take a body. Right here, you have a body, right? Now,
I really had some good years here. Really did. Yeah. This right here is Uncle Bert. In blood, he's not an uncle, but in life, he's uncle. He's done a lot for his family, and he's a real good friend to the family, and you know, he treats me like all my uncles treat me, so I call him Uncle Bert, and his son and I are best friends.
What's about to happen?
Oh, we're about to go to something called the Dunkin' booth. Not the basketball Dunkin' booth, but the booth when you throw the softball at the round thing, and the clown goes down and, you know, gets wet. We're about to get him wet.
Okay, this is a military tradition. It's called Organization Day. And this is where they take a day out to bring all the troops together. Everything is free. It's laid on for them. We give them food, games, drinks, and everything. And we commemorate just one day of family unity.
Knock him again, he deserves it.
Man, you can't hit that target. I wasn't ready. He got me real good because I was talking, and all of a sudden I saw that ball coming, and boom. So that was really, it was unexpected, but it was nice. That got things started. So all in all, it's a good day.
Come on, get on. Come on, go!
Sports teaches discipline, team play. The whole family concept is team play. Everybody working together, being together, doing things together. You know, like a cycle, like a machine, a chain, a roll chain. If one part of the chain is messed up, then you know the whole cycle of the whole configuration. So why we teach our kids sports and team play and good sportsmanship. You know?
When I was able to learn, I think at age 9 or 10, I used to do the same thing they're doing. And my first year I wore 99. But I was a little bit meaner. the noose kick because my father was a coach and I felt that I had to do it because if I didn't, he was going to be hard on me at practice and hard on me when I got home. So I used to like football, but at age 13, I just stopped and started really focusing on basketball.
We are proud of you. Yes, we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Yes, we are proud of you.
What was wrong today out there? The first part, you kept getting you confused, huh? Then you got to start using your hands to keep the guy off you. When you're on defense and the guy's coming at you, you got to use your hands to keep him off you. But other than that, it was a good game. How you feel about the game?
Yeah.
This is it, man, yeah? This is it. You know, that's funny you asking that question because I think about the day. About 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, he let go to McDonald's, play a McDonald's game, McDonald's American game, and we had a big cookout out here. Had a big tent there, all grills all around here and everything. It was his first game he played on television, and he really did well, you know, really did well. But this is it, though. It's always been our dream to see him play in the NBA, my dream, you know. Because I wanted to play it, I couldn't play in it. But now my son is going to play in it. That makes me feel a whole lot better, knowing that my son was able to go farther than what I went, you know. That's what it's all about, you know what I mean? Your children going farther than what you went and doing better than what you're going to be doing.
This was one of Shaquille's first projects when he had industrial arts. It says Lucille's Kitchen. So I hang it in the kitchen of every one of our homes since we've moved. Every time I look at this sign, I think of him and the good things that he likes to eat. He loves macaroni and cheese, and I try to cook that for him every time he comes home, and he loves fried chicken. Today we're having barbecue chicken, though, and fajitas. But every time I look at Lucille's Kitchen, I think about Shaquille. Today I feel like he's really going to work now. Before, when he left to go to college, I felt that he was taking one step further, you know, towards being a man, but now I really feel like he's going away to work. The NBA is not an easy job. I consider it a job, and I know that he's going to work for the money that they're going to pay him, so I just want to put myself behind him and just be his strength while he's away from home. I'm going to give him a good meal and let him get some rest and tell him I love him and tell him to keep his head up as he goes on. Why do you call Shaquille a test tube baby? You remember the first time you met Shaquille?
For sure. Why do I call him that? Very simple. Something that big had been made in a laboratory. As simple as that. People don't make babies like that. They just don't make them that big.
The way Shaquille was brought up is pretty obvious that he was brought up in a good environment and that, you know, they took care of Shaquille and the whole family is number one. And that makes me feel good as being a black American here in the United States. More than anything, is togetherness, the family.
Whenever I come back home to San Antonio, me and the guys, we get together. We love rap. And when we're not out sitting around, we're making up raps, listening to the music that we like and just talking about music.
Yeah.
You gotta take a ride around the corner.
Okay.
You don't want to get down there?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you later, guy.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Well, Shaquille, this is it, bro. Time to go to work, huh?
How will I do in the league? I really don't know. But I do know that I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to come out smoking. But I know that being the #1 draft choice and the money, there'll be guys out there waiting for me. But I'll be waiting for them too. And believe me, I'm going to give it everything I've got. That's all I can do. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to always keep smiling.